welcome. I'm Nikita Kapoor and you're watching the Daily Jagran. In this special segment, I will take you through some of the top stories of the day. Let's begin. A fiery exchange between former Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan and current Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu has taken the center stage. The controversy erupted after remarks by Jagan Mohan at a public gathering. During his speech, Jagan referred to a supporter who had recently joined the YSR Congress party after leaving the TDP. That supporter had used strong, aggressive language against political rivals, drawing on imagery from the local Gangamma Jatra ritual where animals are sacrificed and referencing a scene from the Pushpa 2 film. Jagan Mohan Reddy in his speech appeared to endorse this statement. According to him, the supporter's words reflected deep public anger toward the government. He explained that even someone from the TDP was so upset with the leadership that they switched sides and expressed their anger by comparing the party to animals being sacrificed. That very phrase in controversy right now. The supporter used Rappa Rappa, which is also a dialogue in popular film Pushpa 2. Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu wasted no time responding. Strongly condemning Jagan's remarks, Naidu questioned whether violent movie dialogues could be treated as acceptable political rhetoric. He criticized what he called dangerous trend. Naidu went on to say that such talk reveals a deeper problem with political discourse today. Statements encouraging harm to rivals, he warned, created a toxic environment in public life and cannot be taken lightly. He also pointed out that entertainment and reality must remain separate. What plays out on a screen cannot be a model for action off screen, is what he says. I bring you a troubling story that could affect millions across the globe. A massive data breach has come to light, exposing over 16 billion, mind you, 16 billion Apple and Google passwords. That's right, one of the largest security leaks in the history of internet. The big question is yours on the list too? Cybersecurity reports from Cyber News and Forbes warn this breach is not an old pile of data gathering dust. Researchers say most of these credentials are fresh, well organized, and have been stolen by info-stealer malware, malicious programs that silently grab your usernames and password as you browse the web. And this is not limited to one service. The leaked data contains logins for everything from your email, social media accounts, Facebook and Telegram to developer profiles on GitHub. Even some government portals are also under this. What's especially concerning is how structured this whole dump is. Each entry comes with a web address, username and password, basically a blueprint, making it all too easy for cyber criminals to exploit. Experts are sounding the alarm, calling this a blueprint for a global cyber crime. It's estimated that around 30 large data sets, each with millions to billions of credentials, were pulled together to make this giant stash of over 16 billion passwords. And here's the most disturbing part. This information is cheap and easy to obtain. Reports say that even someone with very little technical knowledge and just a small amount of money can buy these credentials on the dark web marketplaces. That means almost everyone, including you, is vulnerable. Everyday people, big companies, and even government offices. So what can you do to stay safe? Well, cybersecurity experts say take action immediately. First, change your passwords across all major accounts. Use long, strong, and unique passwords for each service. Enable two-factor authentication wherever you can. And lastly, consider using a safe and secure password manager app to help you keep everything safe and organized. Your digital identity is more valuable and more at risk than ever before. Taking these small steps could help protect your personal data and obviously your peace of mind. Big breakthrough in Ahmedabad plane crash probe. Air India's flight AI-171 likely suffered a power failure after taking off, which caused the fatal crash on June 12 as reported by a report by the Wall Street Journal. The exact reason for the crash will be ascertained after the black box is decoded. But the initial investigation, based on the visual assessment like wreckage pattern, takeoff video and ATC report, hint towards a power failure as the RAM Air Tribune was activated soon after the takeoff. The RAT was activated even before the plane reached the minimum altitude required to do so. RAT is a system designed to provide power for critical functions when an aircraft faces an abrupt and total loss. Seems like that is what happened. The activation of RAT points to either an aircraft suffering engine power loss or complete electrical failure. Currently, the investigation is proceeding to decode the black box, which the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has acquired. Although it has suffered some losses, the Ministry of Civil Aviation on Thursday said that the AAIB will decide on where the black box of the doomed flight will be sent to be decoded after accessing all technical, safety and security considerations. The key recovery work like the site documentation and evidence collection has been completed already. The investigation into the crash may go on for a long period of time, up to a year or more, as there are a variety of factors that are needed to be taken into consideration, like possible maintenance errors, crew missteps or design flaws, if any. In a stunning admission, Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister Jagran has publicly acknowledged that Pakistan was forced to seek a ceasefire after India conducted precision missile strikes on key Pakistani air bases. These revelations came during a televised address and have since triggered a flurry of discussion on social media and beyond. Let's take you back to the backdrop first. This confrontation stems from Operation Sindoor, a calibrated Indian military response to the devastating Pahalgam terror attack that took place in April, claiming the lives of 26 innocent civilians. Following this attack, tensions between India and Pakistan surged once again. In a decisive action by Indian forces, in his televised address, Jagran himself confirmed that India launched precision strikes at approximately 2:30 a.m. The strikes were swift and effective. Within 45 minutes, he says he had received an urgent phone call from Saudi Prince Faisal, who had learned that there was on phone call with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. This is important. Faisal offered to speak to India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and convey that Pakistan was ready to de-escalate the situation. Jagran authorized him to do so. That admission is historic for multiple reasons. First, Pakistan rarely acknowledges such operational setbacks so publicly, and this time Pakistan has done it. Secondly, this reveals that Pakistan had to resort to back-channel diplomacy through both Saudi Arabia and the United States, a sign of the seriousness of the strikes and their impact on Pakistan's defense establishment. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had also acknowledged these strikes publicly earlier. This entire episode underscores lengths Pakistan was forced to go to prevent further escalation. The fact that a third-party intervention was solicited, and that too, that top leadership in Pakistan is speaking about this so openly, is telling. This also reveals, very importantly, that it was Pakistan that reached out to the United States and not India. And so, this admission is more than just a headline. Pakistan's leadership itself agreeing to discuss these events publicly indicates that they recognize the weight of what occurred on May 10 and the impact that India's swift and surgical strikes had on their strategic thinking. Going forward, this confession by Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister will likely have long-term consequences for Pakistan. It only reinforces India's stand on taking decisive action against terrorism, but also signals to Islamabad that any future provocations will be met with proportionate and precision responses, which they themselves now admit. Today, we focus on a question that has gripped global attention. Is Israel's famed Iron Dome failing against Iranian missiles? Over the last 8 days, the Iron Dome, long considered one of the world's most advanced air defense systems, has been put to its toughest test yet. Wave after wave of Iranian missiles and drones have been launched toward Israeli territory, pushing the system to its very limits. As the conflict stretches, questions are mounting over the Iron Dome's effectiveness. Al Jazeera reports that on Thursday, Iran confirmed a new wave of combined missile and drone strikes on military sites in Haifa, that too in Tel Aviv as well. And on June 19th, 4 locations, including the Soroka hospital in southern Israel, were hit in the strikes that triggered a fierce counterattack. Israel responded with airstrikes, reportedly targeting Iranian-linked nuclear facilities. With the tensions escalating on both sides, everyone's focus is turning to one question: is the Iron Dome still capable of holding up against sustained attack? Visuals emerging from the strikes show some incoming missiles slipping past the Iron Dome, fueling speculation that the system, which has been a key pillar of Israel's security for more than a decade, may be beginning to show cracks. But experts say the issue is more complex. While the Iron Dome is under pressure like never before, military analysts caution against drawing hasty conclusions. Experts say while the system is under strain, it is still largely intact. And it's not just the Iron Dome at work. It is a part of a layered defense. Ballistic missiles, especially those fired from long range, are intercepted by the Arrow 3 system. Israel has a space-based shield that boasts a success rate of more than 90%. And if a projectile does penetrate one of these systems, that's when other interceptors and civil defense protocol come into play. As per analysts, the Iron Dome is still capable enough to intercept the missiles and is dependable as well, especially when paired with other systems. But it doesn't take a single system defense, but a multi-layered network to counter a variety of threats at different altitudes and ranges, like many coming from Iran, and Israel's Iron Dome is managing to intercept most of them. This is all we have time for in this special segment. For more news and updates, subscribe to the Daily Jagran. You can also log on to thedailyjagran.com. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nikita Kapoor signing off.